So today I have a story time, and of course it's a story time come some procedures that I went through that might be of help to you guys. And it's a friend who actually asked me to shoot this video. Maybe it might be of help to somebody out there, and majorly if you're Kikuyu, probably it's going to help, or you marrying a Kikuyu lady, it's gonna help you. So I was actually just going through my videos, and there's a video I shot of how my husband proposed to me. Don't ask me where my ring is. I usually remove it when I'm at home because I don't know, it's something I'm used to. So anywho, so guys, I shot a video of how he proposed, and some of you guys are asking me, how did my dad react to this proposal? So it was a bit funny because honestly I had not told my dad or my mom that I'm dating, and the guy decides to propose on national television. Well, he did propose on live TV, crossover 1-1.
Oh my goodness.
So this is Tabby. She's not told the father nor the mother that she's dating, and now she's been proposed to on live television, so it's not a secret anymore, right? So I have to tell my dad. I had to tell my father to call him, actually, because I'm in Nairobi, he's in Naivasha. I had to call him and tell him, oh dad, niko na kitu ya kukuambia. Sasa unaanzia story huko kwa sababu you have never ever mentioned to him that you're dating. So I called him, I gathered up the courage, because I knew if I don't tell him soon, it's going to reach him through the friends who are on WhatsApp and all that. Of course, he was not on WhatsApp, but nika have kumcall, nikamwambia, dad, I have something to tell you. I told him, he was like, I told him, dad, niko na kitu ya kukuambia. He goes like, unataka kuolewa? I was like, ai dad, kwani hiyo tu ndio kitu unafikiria? And then he goes like, you know, you've finished your studies, you've graduated, you have a job, ni nini ingine umebakisha? I was like, oh, you've made my work easier. So I told him, yes, I am getting married, I want to get married. And I explained to him about the proposal, and he's not like getting it. He's like, sasa huyo kijana alitokea tu kwa TV tu, ni mtu tu random. I'm like, no dad, we were dating, it's someone I knew, so he came and proposed. So for him, I think he wasn't getting the whole story about being proposed to on live television. He's like, ni mtu tu alikuwa hapo tu akaamua kukuuliza umuoe. So I had to explain to him, and of course that was in April, because I was proposed to, I think, on April 8th, and this was on April 8th, 2018. So I had to call him ASAP. So to those who are asking about Mr. Mwangi's reaction, that's how he reacted. And we did not waste time, guys. We started our wedding planning as soon as at May 2018. My fiancé then was like chap, extremely chap, because after like 2 weeks after the proposal, he's like giving me a whole budget of, this is our budget, the wedding budget, sijui nini, I want this. He's called people. I'm like, kwani when is our wedding? Our wedding was planned for February 2019. That's when we settled, but something happened, guys. So on 1st June, I went for the first visit. This visit is called Komenya Moshi, or introduction, basically. And this introduction doesn't happen with your parents. It happens with me, the girl, introducing my fiancé or my boyfriend to my parents. And at this point, I just came with my friend, I think 2 girls, and then my boyfriend, then my fiance, came with his friends. So I call my dad and tell him, Hafa, nidirakurehera mugeni. That means, Dad, I'm bringing a visitor. When you tell your parents like that, you don't need to explain anymore. You don't need to explain nothing. Just tell him, nidirarehe mugeni. That's it. They shika, they understand what you mean. So mimi huyo nikapeleka mugeni. The only thing that he did then, or you can do, is just bring some shopping for the mom. Just that is all that is required for you. You don't need like to bring Ruracio then. So that was on 1st June. We did our first introduction. I brought my fiance. Of course, I didn't like go in matching vitenges because you want to confuse your parents here and there. He's like, who's the guy? So I sat near my husband's friend, and he was like, later on, my dad was telling me, hey, I thought it's that guy. I was like, no, I couldn't sit with him. So later on, I introduced him and told my dad, this is the guy. At that time, my dad called 2 of his friends. They were there just to welcome them. And then my dad just stated vizuri. He told the guys, of course, walikuwa kadhaa. He told them, so karibuni sana to my family, but now next time mkuje na wazazi so that tuongee. So that's now the second visit loading. So that was 1st of June in 2018, and now our second visit, we planned it for July 14th, 2018. What happens on this time? Well, before that, my dad was in discussions with the family, of course, Saidia Hazi, and my dad kept saying that he could want my Ruracio to be like one whole thing, like mara moja instead of those many visits. We later came to know why he wanted it. I'm going to tell you at some point in this video. So he was really asking me, hamwezi fanya kitu mara moja? And I told him my wedding was in Feb. He was also asking, mbona ya harusi iko mbali hivyo? I'm like, yo dad, kwani how you want me to get married that fast? I was like, chill dad. So for one reason or another, we could not do the events pamoja, because you know they require money and also they require some planning. So this was on 14th. We planned our Kuhanda Ithigi. Kuhanda Ithigi basically is like kukuja kwa kinadem useme like you're informing the world that mimi ndo niko na udem. So kitambo, according to what I understand, Kuhanda Ithigi is kitambo, there used to be, in case a guy is interested in a girl, angekuja kwa kina msichana, analeta, anawaambia mimi nataka msichana, and then he could plant a banana, unile banana, mti ya banana hapo nje ya gate yao. So that is what is called Ithigi. So they came for my dad then was Kuhanda Ithigi is usually a very small and intimate event, but my dad, for some other reason, he insisted that he wanted my Kuhanda Ithigi kufungwe gate kama Ruracio, the way Ruracios do happen. Kufungwe gate, kupigwe honi, pipip, kwetu honi zimepigwa, kupigwe honi, na kukwe na soda. You know, there are those things that do usually happen kwa Kuhanda Ithigi, kwa Ruracio. So imagine, my dad asked for them during my Kuhanda Ithigi, and at some point my fiancé was like, no, these things don't happen, hazifanyikangi hivyo. And then thankfully we had a best couple then, akambia, just do as the man wills, because this is the father of the bride, just honor that. And thankfully my husband now alisikiza, and that's what they did. So on July 14th, honi kwetu zilipigwa, geti ikafungwa, and they came and of course talked. I don't know what discussions they had in there, and at this point they handed Ithigi, wakapeana something called mwate na harika. This is, I don't know, mwate na harika, I don't know if it's, I don't know what that means, but it's like some mbuzi, some female mbuzi and male mbuzi that are small, that have not given birth, kitu kama hiyo. Honestly, I'd be lying to explain more. So this is July 14th. So according to our plans, we had planned for the Kuhanda Ithigi to be at 14th July, and then our Ruracio to be on, I think, 8th or 10th of October. So we wanted to have our events zikuwa zikuwa na space. So guys, as I had mentioned before, for some reason my dad wanted these events to happen once, and honestly we did not know why. But from a previous video that I did, I told you guys that I lost my dad 6 months to my wedding, and this 6 months to my wedding was exactly 1 month after my Kuhanda Ithigi, because my Kuhanda Ithigi happened in July 14th and I lost my dad on August 15th. So after that, we sat down, we thought, well, did dad really know that he was going? Because he really insisted on having the events all done once. He insisted on having our having my Ruracio like done once. He was asking why the wedding is so far. He was actually, the Kuhanda Ithigi, he invited so many friends. We had like 100 guests for my Kuhanda Ithigi. People I had not seen for years, like people I saw when I was young, people that I used to hear him talk about, walimu wenye alifunza na wao sijui Limuru, people he called from far and wide. We really didn't know why, but we tend to think that he knew that he didn't have much time to live, and that's why he wanted the events to happen mara moja. But thankfully we did that one event, and I'm pretty sure he was happy that he was there to attend my Kuhanda Ithigi basically, and he set the pace for the Ruracio. So yeah, it's a sad story, yes, but I get strength from the fact that he was there in my Kuhanda Ithigi. He witnessed it. I remember very well, he was dressed in a suit and slippers, because at the moment his leg had started hapo ndo mguu yake ilianza kugonjeka. In fact, immediately after the event, I had to really stay back at home and try to convince him to go to hospital, because his leg ilikuwa imeanza kufura. He had diabetes foot, that's what he succumbed to, and I really tried to convince my dad to go to hospital, but yo, men are men. But immediately after that, that's when he went to hospital. He went to hospital I think after 2 weeks, and then stayed in hospital for 2 weeks, and then he rested. We thank God for his life and bringing such a vibrant and beautiful girl like me. Yeah, change of emotions, no, I'm still okay. Yeah, so fast forward. So after, of course, in August we had to bury my dad on 22nd of August, and as planned before, we had to move our Ruracio to November 3rd from October 10th. We just let mom first process things, of course, and us, and we moved our Ruracio to 3rd of November. It was such a beautiful event. I'm going to attach just kidogo video of the event. that was it. That was how our event looked like. It was really beautiful. And my dress, I loved my dress. I still have the dress because it's a very precious dress to me. So during the Ruracio, you see, when the guys come for the Kuhanda Ithigi, that's where they are told this and this, that and that. This is how we do it in our family. So different families do different things. Different families ask for different things. Price of goat, because of goat wife, depends from family to family. So that's why they actually sit down to negotiate. So you might find that some things are constant. For instance, you might find that most of the families, the number of goats zenye zinatolewa, like for my family it's 99 goats. So the 99 goats do not reduce or add, like hizo zitabaki kwa 99. What now fluctuates is the amount. So from one family to another, unaweza pata kuna family itakuwa poa ikwambie wewe toa 2,000, wewe toa 5,000, wewe toa 10,000, depending on the family. And now that's where the wazes come in and negotiate the price of a mbuzi. Mbuzi moja wana negotiate. So they're going to negotiate, waambiane si mtupe mbuzi moja na 2,000 ama 3,000. So now that's where the discussion comes in. Of course, apart from the goods, there are other things that, depending on the family, they ask for. There are some families who ask for shopping. There are some families who ask for maleso, mashuka. There's some families, of course, soda lazima ikue pale, because you're going to have to come carrying the sodas and doing like I don't know how you do that. So the sodas must be there. And some families will ask for beer, pombe ya wazee, physically or in terms of money. Of course, the money part is usually mostly not escaped. Lazima mpeane pombe ya wazee, part of the money. So there's so many little things here and there that mnaitishwa. Kuna pesa ya kufunguliwa gate. You see when they sing those songs, Veroh kamu na wakinya kwa nina wajiroi Veroh kamu. So there's that money that they have to chuck to fungua the gate. Yeah. So they're different things that, of course, it's quite some money. And one thing I remember my dad telling my fiance when they came for the first visit, he told them, my daughter, I can't really quantify the worth of my daughter. I can't tell you how much my daughter is worth, because she can't be sold. She's not being sold. And he told them, my dad was a funny guy. He told them, I'm not really in need of money. I'm really not in need of money, and I can never quantify the worth of my daughter. So whatever we're going to talk about, of course, hatutakosana. It's just that it's customary and we have to do this because customs haziachwi. So if you're a lady out there, pray for your man akikuja kwenu apate favor, so that you're not frustrated. Because trust me, if my husband was frustrated, then I would also be frustrated, because all you want at that time is getting married, and anything that will stop you getting married is definitely going to frustrate you. So going back, so pale kwa Ruracio haishangi. So if I say 99 mbuzi, you don't have to come with the 99 mbuzi. You can come and tell them, hey, mimi nimeweza kuleta mbuzi 30, and that's what they will agree. Sawa. So Ruracio huwa haishi. It's a continuous process of a long time. Sawa. So my Ruracio happened on 3rd of November. you can do it like once, like all in once, like the same day mumemaliza Ruracio, tumemalizana, haya sasa tunaomba harusi. Na kuomba harusi bado ni pesa. It's not like we're money minded or something. I think it's just customs. That's how it happens. And maybe if you're a parent, you might choose to do it differently. It all depends on how the parents want it. So for me, at that moment, my dad was not available. My dad wasn't there. And I remember when I walked out of the house, because we were when my husband unveiled me and I opened my eyes, I was so emotional. Because I could see the people's faces very happy, but I was like, yo, the man I loved so much is not here. He wasn't there. I don't want to get emotional, but anyway, yeah. So what I know is that parents can really affect how Ruracios zinaenda and all those processes, especially aunties and uncles who have not been in your life. I hear most people complain about it, and you really need to be careful on how you talk to your parents, so that also for them wakue wasikuwe influenced over by their siblings, like anawaambia pana huyu kijana ako na pesa, huyu kijana tunafaa tumuitisha 10,000 mbuzi moja, So you're supposed to be praying for your Ruracio or your process so that it goes smoothly. Most people really go through a lot because these are two families that are trying to come together, families that do not maybe settle on the same values, families that are totally different. So for me, on 3rd of November, I became, according to the Kikuyu, that was like I became wife. Yeah, but that wasn't the end. Of course, wakapewa harusi, and our wedding was on 16th of February, just after Valentine's. So I'm usually having my anniversary inafuatana na Valentine's, then anniversary, Valentine's, anniversary. Kama sitafanyiwa anniversary, tafanyiwa Valentine's. Kama si Valentine's, anniversary. So that was it. So yeah, that's the whole process. Maybe it differs from different families, but that was what happened to me, and I'm thankful to God because it was smooth. I'm thankful to God because I had a supportive partner, supportive siblings, supportive uncles. They were there for me. They stood in the gap for my dad. I'm so grateful that they stood in. I'm so grateful to the people who attended my Ruracio. Had 400 guests. Where? 400. Watu wa Thika massive walikuja kukuja. Thank you so much, guys. And guys, so just know that it can be different. It can be a different experience for you as it happened from what happened to mine, but majorly it's usually around the same thing. It's either there's some people who combine the introduction plus Kuhanda Ithigi. There's some people who combine everything. It's just how you decide to agree, but most of the people really do not have like one visit. It's usually at least 2 visits. Yeah, so that was what happened to me, and I'm so grateful that I had a smooth process. And yeah, so if you want to hear about my wedding planning, because my wedding planning, hey, it was not easy. Wedding planning is not easy. However small your wedding is, it's not easy to plan a wedding, and especially if you don't have the moolah. Of course, you don't have money. You'll have to count on friends and family, but of course I really do not advocate for counting on people sana, because most of the times you'll end up frustrated. Of course, create a good rapport with your friends and family so that when you need them, they're going to support you, because most of the times it's only around this time that people are going to support you. And of course, when you die, you don't know who is supporting you. So build a rapport with your friends and family. If you do not want kusumbuana na watu, just do a small wedding, enda kwa AG, and that's enough. Or just do a very small wedding which won't cost you much, or which won't stress you much. So guys, thank you so much for watching until this point of the video. Nashukuru sana to the subscribers, the new subscribers. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Until next time, you can suggest down below if you want to hear about my plans my wedding plans, how it went, how we managed to raise money from this. Actually, it was just November, December, and January to hold our wedding. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Appreciate you for the love and appreciate you for the time. Whoa, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, guys, to shoot these videos, but you give me hope and the love that you're showing me. So thank you. I'll see you next time. Thank you for the compliments. I know my dreadlocks are giving. Asanteni sana. You can follow me on all social media platforms at SheTabs on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, where I'm not so active, everywhere. Thank you, guys. I love you. Bye.